and then Momo to cast this one.
Oh god, it's happening again. Yes, I mean, I think this is going to be a really, really grueling game for Envy. I don't know if they've quite found their perfect.
You're not
yet.
subscribing to like the romance that Alex wanted.
I don't know. Like, the thing is, I am romantic, but not for all of Envy. Just for
just for Danish teams, I would assume.
Just for RPK.
Okay.
I just think RPK's return to form has been actually just shocking. Like, to me, it sounded like it just sounded like too much of a crazy story that you could go and get this guy who was at one point the best player in Source, and then you could bring him out of his dad's mechanic shop and sort of bring him back into this like crazy French world of Counter-Strike that is always changing, that is always a little bit odd, and that he would find a way back. Like, it just doesn't seem like a likely story. It seems like the sort of story where within the first 6 months he's going to be saying, listen, you know,
I bit off more than I can chew here.
Yeah, and like the mechanic shop was actually better than this, and like to me the fact that he's done it is just absolutely shocking. I'm so impressed by RPK. I think he is. I mean, he obviously is just a godlike talent, but
that's the thing. Like, not only has he done it and come back to be a force that can be reckoned with, right? During stretches, he's like the only player that seems to be able to carry these guys to victories. Yeah,
he's just the really, really interesting thing is that he's not one of the reasons he doesn't get highlighted nearly enough is because his impact is so subtle. Like, you're not going to get like some incredible RPK highlight where you're going to get like all the flicks and everything else. It's just that every round he gets like a kill and a half. It just keeps going all the time.
And he has such a quiet personality in that sense as well, where he doesn't like to be in front of the camera and everything. So I mean, everyone's focused on the Scream one taps, making memes of happy baiting, whatever you like, trying to find like ways to make a joke about that. And RPK is just sitting there, just being really subtle, being just a solid player. Yeah. And I like to coin it like I like to call them. Because we have a couple of them out there. He's like the player's player, right? He's the guy that everyone's going to want like an RPK on their team. If you're a player and you're competing, whether you're semi-pro, whether you're actually professional, whether you're trying to rise up, you want a guy like RPK on the squad. And there's a couple of those. Zipmix comes to mind. Someone like Rush and Automatic. Those guys come to mind. A lot of those players out there.
Yeah, definitely important. Definitely really vital. And we'll see. I mean, the state of the French Counter-Strike is still, it seems, in some sort of weird flux. I think it's hard to not say that if you found the right combination of French players to put in one team, that team could be the best in the world. They just have so much talent. Yeah,
but I think the problem now with the French scene is they're probably the most resistant. One of the most resistant groups, it seems, to like go deep and try and find like new young talents to bring up, right? Like, we've had the American teams have done it within the past year or two. Yeah. We've seen the Swedish teams start digging into their young talent to try and bring players in and to add them.
They found Body.
Yeah, they have, but I do like Body.
No, but I'll take the point anyway. I mean, I agree. Like, there probably needs to be a little bit more of that, and then there is like that old wound that just never really seems to close, which is the Existence, who's been exiled from the rest of the tribe.
It is just mad that he hasn't been able to find his way back in, hasn't it?
And like, I mean, there's obviously more than meets the eye when it comes to that whole story, and I don't want to speculate, but like, it's just all a little bit crazy, and it's obviously really interesting, and I think it's like more stories should be done around just what on earth is going on in French Counter-Strike. So listen, I think FaZe is the favorite team in this one. I can't rule Envy out of it. I just can't. I think FaZe have already shown us in this tournament so far that when things go south, they can sometimes go very bad indeed, and they can't recover for it. And with RPK, we've hyped him up a lot already, but Scream obviously has days where he really does take over whole games, and Kiyoshima also has some of those days. So if 3 out of 5 play to that level, if Haji, who I think was also a good prospect, a good talent to sort of step in, if they all have like a good day, then this could get really interesting.
I mean, here's where you have to talk about it. We can't have the slow starts that we saw yesterday from FaZe, right?
Yes.
And I mean, especially when you think towards the end of the game, someone like Nico started really coming alive, winning some incredible clutches, had a lot of crazy sequences in those 2 maps that we saw yesterday, or those couple maps that we saw yesterday. And he needs to come alive much earlier in the game. He needs to be doing that early on.
Well, listen, we got Yanko to commit to a number. We found out yesterday that for FaZe to win a game, Nico has to get at least 40 kills.
That's right.
So
we'll see. Does he hit that elusive 40?
Yeah, it's just another day in the office, isn't it, for Nico? You know, it sounds like a lot, but then you think about it, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Could probably do that. Yeah, slow starts, definitely not something you want to have, and tell me.
I was just going to say, you know, no more slow start here. We are getting live. We saw that extended huddle from FaZe as they try and psych themselves up for this match. This is an elimination game. Whoever loses goes home, and no one wants to miss out on that stage that we're going to be seeing here in Marseille. And so we are live into the pistol round on Train. FaZe starting on the offense, EnVy starting on the defense. And look at that, a CZ purchased by Happy. A couple players with utility. Nico and Kerrigan go for the nades, and here it comes towards the bomb site, kind of simulating an outer hit, and actually not even simulating, now it's just happening. They're coming out of ladder room, and there's Scream. Trademark headshot to start things out, and Haji eventually going to get traded off.
Yeah, just too many targets there. Scream still fighting from the back line as Happy takes down Kerrigan, putting the bomb down inside of the smoke, and somehow they get it all the way through. Rain picking up 2 big kills. There's Happy coming through. The C-set 75. He's only got 4 bullets left. And Nico now all alone. He goes down. Happy finds the last kill with just 4 bullets. Unbelievable performance coming out of him. That's a quad kill. That's a pistol round for EnVy.
What an awkward situation to be in if you're FaZe. They take over that bomb site, and the flank comes in so fast, they actually have to push through their own smokes and get to the other side of the bomb train, just trying to hide from Happy, but he's on a rampage. Hunts them all down.
There was not even any reloading. He had no more bullets after that, so they're kind of all in at that point.
I think that's just the speed of his flank coming down ladder, and we obviously saw the end of his sequence, but the fact that he gets down, he got a couple free kills early on with that CZ. Really nice play from EnVy, hustling to the outer bomb site to recover from the hit, and FaZe going to start out with a tactical buy. Nico's got the AK and full armor, and you do love this. Get him involved early, get him warming up in round 2. We'll see what he's got. No nades on the FaZe side, so they really are just going to play it passively and give Nico as much time as he wants. Let him call the shots, call the plays, where he wants to try and find a pick, and peering over the boost.
Yeah, they're literally putting him on their shoulders and saying, just do whatever you can. Which, if you've seen Nico play before, you know is a lot. No chance this time.
I'm actually surprised he gave up the game with the bullets going through into the smoke. So, I mean, EnVy's going to be on notice now, right? And they're going to say, okay, there's an AK on the board. What else could there be?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. That definitely is a
low percentage attempt as well.
Maybe just force of habit. Kiyoshima and Haji got tired of waiting down at Ivy, and they're going to go look for Guardian, and they will get the kill on him as well. So good job on Haji making sure that Guardian can't sneak in from behind Ivy. Now they don't have to worry about that anymore. They've already found it all out. And there's Nico going down from us, just ringing true. Good double kill for Haji.
Oh, but the return. Look at this rain and exist. Nice shot with the P250. Still have a long way to make it to the bomb site. The rotation, it isn't. Again, it's just so slow from FaZe. It seems like they're expecting some kind of a response or a mistake from EnVy that's just not happening, and because of that, time is whittling away. But Exist, a beautiful shot. The bomb's got to go down. RPK wants to prevent it. He's up on the train. They're going to try and pick him off, but there it is. He climbs over, and there's only 8 seconds, and RPK's done it. Kerrigan cannot win this round, only with the Glock. He's got the kill, but Happy's going to clean him up, but still costly, all things considered.
Just to point out as well, I mean, but Happy didn't have any head armor. So I'm just saying that Glock...
that Glock could have done it.
If one random bullet hits him, that's it.
The little Glock that could.
Yeah, that would have been great. So this play seems a little bit crazy for RPK, but he's actually playing for time here. Yeah. Like, if there's a minute left, he doesn't do this play, I'm almost 100% sure. But because there's only like 10 seconds, he knows that it'll put so much pressure on the last couple of T players that probably Happy could close it out regardless, so... Yeah, just a good move there. Now, even with the AK in the last round, the rest can buy. A little bit scrappy for FaZe, but see if they can make it work.
It's not bad. I mean, considering they got 4 kills, so they're only doing this because they know they have the economy on the ropes for EnVy, and they can just fall into this inner bomb site hit and at least get a plant out of it, right? And if you can get your 2 to 3 kills on a standard execute here towards the B bomb site, look at RPK. He's going to push up. He's trying to take this over. The rifle rings out from Kerrigan. RPK holds his ground until his death. And now it's just Happy inside the bomb site, the alt angle, but he misses the initial shot. And this is looking like it's going to go the way of FaZe, although Haji is now flanked up. Found himself a kill, but the rest of FaZe, it's just overwhelming. Kiyoshi has nothing left to do.
Definitely, you know, a very awkward engagement early on for RPK. You could tell that he was hoping to catch the perfect timing. Somehow that's a long-range shot coming in for Kiyoshima, and he's Already done more than I thought he would be able to. Still don't see him actually retaking the bomb site. It's just so much time has already passed that it doesn't really seem feasible. He's still putting on a bit of pressure, and maybe he could take some more guns away at the end of it. This MP9, though, is a little bit too much to ask for, and Rain will take him down. So that's a good return for FaZe.
I like that. I like the call, though, the confident kind of call to just say, okay, we got 4. Let's just buy into this round. Even though we've already invested in an AK for Nico in the second round that didn't win us it, we know, let's just go back into the buy and let's force the issue and let's take control of this T side. They've got themselves a round, and Envy showing some conservative purchases as well, which you love to see. Playing the economy early on, not force buying too much, just upgrading the pistols, not the armor. That might allow this MAC-10 to do some damage. Flashbang in, and Kerrigan, he's about to go down. He can't even get one. Nice proactive defense for Envy.
Very nice. That flashbang couldn't have been better, so...
That smoke could have been better. Yeah.
Gotta be careful, Moses, with that thick smoke. Nico already taking a bullet to the face, and now it's a 3-on-5 for the T side. Yeah, that's a good kill for Guardian. They need a little bit more of that. Don't want to give up this round. Haji gonna find one with the C-75. Still lethal, and Rain out here, just out in the open. Haji gonna take 2, and Kiyoshima to close it. Oh, and look at Malik, he's absolutely loving it.
I mean, they're thinking of
I don't think I've ever seen him fired up like that.
I mean, he's probably thinking of the romantic storyline that Machine was kind of pumping there on the desk. Was let's get in front of the French crowd, let's get in front of the home crowd and make them get loud, and then anything can happen from there. Obviously, a good turnaround, finding the opening kill towards Ivy, being the aggressors from the CT side, and then rotating back, and obviously a couple nice shots with the Deagle to slow down that FaZe attack. FaZe really struggled in that round, even just against pistols, to really push up towards the bomb site. The spacing, like once Nico went down to the 1D, it seemed like everyone was kind of scared to move forward. They're trying to use the range of the AKs, but that's just overexposing them to the CZs at different angles, the Deagle at different angles.
I feel like FaZe just set themselves up so nicely. Winning that round, a quick hit to the B-bomb side.
Yep.
You lose the pistol, it's fine, you recover almost immediately from it. Losing this round again, I mean, we talked about the potential for a collapse on the FaZe team, and it's obviously way too early to call it, but I want to see them get off to a good start for once. It'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice to see that, because it feels like they do just get off to some slow beginnings in some of these halves, which is so tough to. You just can't do that every single time. We haven't really seen FaZe kind of put themselves in an easier situation to win, to do themselves any kind of favor. Kerrigan's got the M4. He's boosted up. We're hoping to get a pick on the top of the smoke, but again, just a lot of time being used, hoping that Envy is going to be the one to wander into a crosshair to make a mistake at some point now. It is a tough situation with 2 pistols, no armor, and just the M4, but they've got to try and make something happen. They're going to swing out of Ivy. It's Happy at the bomb site just to hold it, and that's an easy adjustment. And an easy cleanup as well. Happy's had a very good start to this game if you go back to pistol round. He's a 7-2. Haji and Kiyoshima both on 6. For the FaZe side of things, it's Rain on 7, and then Kerrigan on 3.
Moses, I want a forecast for what are the odds that this AWP-5 for Guardian is going to net them the entry frag. Give me a dead-on percentage call. Like,
okay. I would say 72%.
That's really high.
Yep.
All right. Well, he's got 1 kill so far, Guardian.
He's about to double up here, Anders.
We'll see, because that is kind of a classic way to try and open rounds on, well, a lot of maps, but I feel like on Train, it's something that people go to a lot,
And when you have someone like Guardian, give him the time, and I think that's kind of what makes me a little bit, think he's going to find the opening kill, is because they have been passive. They're not running those kind of fast, like, bully themselves into the bomb sites. They're running it slow.
Wow, look at this, though. We talked about the proactive defense from Envy down at Ivy. Now they're doing it in main as well. That's going to be really interesting. A lot of pressure on FaZe suddenly, because if you have to fight to get control of T main, or at least you have to sort of spend utility on it, you have to spend time on it, that could be really frustrating.
Well, if you have an AWPer there alone with the bomb as well, it makes him be passive. As you can see from Guardian, still back on the trash barrel, and Kerrigan's actually going to lead the way down Ivy. There we go. Smoke to the left, Molotov to the right, just to gain control right at the end. And there's Nico to find the opening kill. So my percentage is gone. But Either way, victory for FaZe as Kerrigan starts to press the issue. A great nade to look at Rain and Exist, low HP. And Exist is going to be able to get one, but surely RPK comes through this and finds an easy frag.
Well, still a 2-on-3. Rain trying to catch the feet of Scream, but not able to. And Guardian so quick with the AWP. Got to get that kill, looking for more. There's the double, taking down RPK, and now it's just Happy left. And he's all the way down at Ivy. He could sneak in a quick kill here. Oh, no, the flick. That reveals where he is. Otherwise, he would have had the element of surprise going his way. Almost Guardian throwing his own life away, and there's only 11 seconds. There's the kill for Guardian. Make it a triple. Not bad at all. Well worth the investment.
Oh, I mean, it's so hard to hold your nerve in that situation if you're Happy, right? The 1-on-2, and you try and flick up and grab it, but he gives up where he's coming from. Nice round from Guardian. Took a little bit long to get involved into the round, but it was in a big way once he got there. 3 kills for the Opper, and now he's got the armor as well.
With the time left, I would have almost thought that Happy would have wanted to just sneak close to the site and wait for the sort of get the guy planting the bomb.
That's the thing. I think it was just a quick reaction, right? He couldn't even hold it back. It was that fast of a. Nico going for a spam at the angle, hoping to pick someone off running towards E-Box. Again, FaZe have an opportunity, and you know, Sean touched on it in the desk. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. Sometimes on these T-sides on maps like Train, on maps like Nuke, when the T-side can get so bogged down, you sometimes only have maybe 2 chances throughout the half to actually break that economy and go on a run from the T-side. They had one of them earlier, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. They've got it again. 2 pistols on the board for Envy. Utility being used to delay, and Rain.
God, right. That's a great Molotov. FaZe had already put in almost all of their smokes into the site. Now Rain has to do something. Otherwise, all those smokes are for nothing. RPK down in the low ground, and he's going to get taken down. That's an excellent kill for the Norwegian player. But Scream, he's going to reply almost immediately. Now it's a 4-on-4. Still plenty of time. They're going to get the bomb down right away. But this retake with 2 pistols, the AWP and the M4, not going to be easy by any means here for Envy. They need a really fast kill if they even want to try this.
I think you give it up here if you're Envy. Someone's got to make this call. You have no armor on Happy, you have no kits, and you only have 2 pieces of utility. Now you're getting picked off as the smoke clears, and finally the call comes in. Didn't really lose too much with that kill from Guardian. It was just Kiyoshima with the deagle, so not a huge deal. They can use that M4, they can use the op to kind of fight into the next round, but another good call from FaZe, just a straight-up hit towards that inner bomb site, and it was simple. While they were blocked out of that lower ramp, it was just what? Rain using the smoke to peer into the site, and then 1 pop flash over just to give him the second to drop down.
Yeah, but then think about... Imagine a scenario where Rain doesn't... It's just 1 kill, but if he doesn't get it, then, like, if when he comes out of upper, if he goes down, then the rest of his team are all trying to funnel through the sidewalk, and I think that just almost kills a round. So,
very well could,
huge
right?
Single kill.
Yeah. Well, another chance here for Envy. Busted by, but they're motivated by the fact they still have an AWP on the board, the fact they still have an M4 on Scream to invest in the CZs and utility behind this. Not fully invested. Some of these guys are sitting right around, you know, $1,000 to $1,300 left. But just enough to be dangerous, and we saw them win one of these rounds earlier, even without an AWP and an M4, so FaZe has to be careful, but not too cautious.
Seems like they're starting to build a foundation on themselves here on the FaZe side, which we've had some games already from them where that hasn't really been possible for them. They've had to struggle back at the end of a game, and now it seems like they're gonna be taking charge early on.
Kiyoshima goes for that soul push, and remember, we saw it earlier when Envy won a round with just CZs. It was 2 players, 3 players pushing Ivy together with flashes and nades to find that pick onto Kerrigan. That's quite nice from Haji, just running right up with the CZ and taking a duel against one of the best players in the world and coming out on top, so well played.
Yeah, you love to see that. He got a double kill, I think, with it earlier, so maybe just a weapon that he enjoys using. Rain again pushing in on upper, and he's so far in that RPK by the time he turns the corner, just not aware that anyone was going to be that far into the bomb site. Deep smoke in the C connector. Scream trying his best, actually doing a wide peek on that angle.
Yep.
Always worth noticing when people do that, because it tells you a lot about where they think they're going to be taking the fight, right?
Well, obviously, if you walk around that corner, right, and there's just an Opper holding it, you're just dead. So it goes for the wide peek and also tries to spam the corner of the box to keep Guardian in. Guardian's able to slide out through the bullet. So Haji's going to have to save this AK. Slow start for Nico. 2 kills you can see there, but Rain has been the one kind of taking control of these situations. We've seen it a number of times. The first guy leading up on that upper ramp and the last 2 inner hits we've seen.
The game feels quite a bit different when the guy who's having a good day is also the guy entering on a lot of the sites. Like, it just does make things a lot easier. So, really, really good stuff. Nice equalize for FaZe, making it 4-4. EnVyUs economy is still all over the place. It's been a little bit crazy for them in the last couple of rounds.
You can't fault them too much for trying to fight back into it after winning one of those rounds and then having the AWP and the M4 to use. It does kind of make them sit out one more round, but it's not the typical, like, you know, sound the alarms Envy kind of buys. Default spread here for FaZe, and the other thing that Envy have to worry about is they don't really have a true AWPer, right? I mean, Happy's the guy who's been picking it up, and he's done that throughout his career to varying success, but when you have someone like Guardian going off, you don't have the luxury of being able to just, you know, tell someone to go duel him, or you don't have the AWPer who can kind of post up and prevent him from taking peeks. Rain's going to go down. Nice aggression, and again, back to that proactive defense for Envy.
Hachi's still waiting. If he comes out right now, he might catch Nico. It does, with a grenade in his hand.
Nico's going to be on the verge of tilt. He's going to be frustrated. That's a couple of times now Hachi has just been able to find the timing, and Kiyoshima might just do it to exist as well, but can't hold his nerve.
He's just able to find it. Nice peek from Happy. That's a lethal jiggle peek, and now it will be Guardian and Karrigan left, trying to see what they can do. Hachi's actually pushed up out, so if he knows they're not going to be coming this way very soon.
You can see how much attention, though, FaZe is giving that ladder room. They're so scared of it. They've lost way too many players to be able to clear everything out easily, and this is great from Envy. They don't have to take any of these fights. You can actually let FaZe get into the site and plant because you've got so many angles you can play from. You're basically having them walk into the trap, and now it's sprung. Guardian 1-on-3. He's picked up the bomb. No idea that there's players behind him, and Knife is out. He's trying to get towards the inner site. Scream there to stop him, and again, Envy turn another round in their favor with just the pistols. The one rifle on Haji, and it does its job.
Credit to Haji. I mean, getting the kill and getting the timing is obviously really, really good, but I think a lot of players, especially if you're a newcomer and you're playing at this level all of a sudden, would have, if you had, first of all, you might have just given that AK to somebody else on your team, said like, listen, you know, RPK or Scream, you take it and do something with it. Or if you were going to play with it, you would play defensively to try and not lose it. But he actually went looking for action, and since that's all they had, that I think is a good indication that he's ready.
I think it shows, actually hold the thought as here we are. We're going to have a hit out this main choke point. Flashes out, smokes delayed into the choke points. Good shot from Rain, the trade, and Haji's still being a nuisance, but he's only got so many times he can peek before Guardian keeps him locked down. Damage is done though. Rain and Nico, low HP.
Very low. Kiyoshima getting one. A couple of bullets on Nico would be all they needed right now. It's still a 2-on-2 though. The bomb not down. It's on the other side of the train. Kiyoshima looking for the shot. He's going to get it on Nico. That's a great headshot. Now the grenade. A little bit of damage, quite a bit of damage on Guardian, in fact. That makes a big difference against that M4, and now can he find the kill? Gets one on Happy and then falls back behind. Only Kiyoshima left, and Guardian, he's already saved them once. He gets the kill again. There's the triple. He's going to pick it up for FaZe right as they were about to be in a very deep hole.
11-6. What a great round from Guardian. That's such a tricky way to find that pick onto Happy, and he's just so calm in that situation. They just stream out and again take a lot of heavy losses. They are having trouble that front line for FaZe. They're having trouble getting initial success on the entries and being able to create some space, but this time Guardian's able to recover. But another beat up buy that they're going to have to get through. They've struggled at this. 3 players now pushing towards the inner bomb site. It's only Karrigan here to watch for it, and he's gone down ladder. Rain could be in for a rude awakening as he rotates over, and that's the bomb as well. He's aware of the possibility, not aware of this boost. He's going to go down for free. How does FaZe recover from this? Bomb is dropped above ladder. It's Karrigan to come up. They all have nades. They all have their knives out. It's Envy now on the back foot due to a mistake. They've lost the attention, but they recover finally.
I was about to lose my mind, Moses. How does he get out of that ladder with 3 people waiting for him and nobody's ready for it? Nico sneaking through the smoke, and that might have been a big mistake. Now it's a 2-on-4. Guardian and Exist. You gotta be careful, Moses. Getting lost inside that smoke just could be a little bit rough.
That's such a cool call for Envy. Obviously, it works out perfectly. It can't go much better than that. The boost up, the free kill, and also it's the bomb down. Guardian surely can't win this one. Maybe take some weapons away, force some rebuys. Actually tags Keo on the quick scope. But that works out so good for Envy because all of FaZe has to recover the bomb. They have to go back to it, but they don't. It's such a weird situation that you probably rarely ever discuss in Theorycraft as a team. Yeah. You never kind of say, oh, okay, well, what happens if the bomb drops above ladder? How do we go get that as a team? And you can see, Exist gets picked off just walking over to ladder room from Happy with the AWP. Nico tries to go through the smoke. Kerrigan tries to come up the ladder, all on their own. There's no team coordination to kind of recover that scenario.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be a little bit salty if that was me. There'd be some complaining. They bought into this round, trying to make it work, and Exist has taken down Kiyoshima, looking for a secondary kill if he can. Oh, did he spot Haji? Oh, almost could have got that kill. Nico with a great, oh my god, second Deagle kill coming in. He can't get the third, and Haji somehow turning it around, and now it is a 1 versus 1. But odds obviously heavily favoring RPK at the moment, and he's going to catch him just as he tries to get out. Haji with a nice triple.
Guardian, poor Guardian was just looking for a weapon.
Yeah.
15 HP. Trying to book it towards that inner bomb site. He's caught, but dangerous. Again, Envy not going to be able to build up a whole lot of money. Here's Nico getting involved finally. Something to talk about. Double kill with that Deagle. He's still only on 5 kills. Exist has 6 and Kerrigan 4. Guardian and Rain doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but it is that T side of Train, so they're at 5 right now. This isn't a bad place, and if they get 1 or 2 more, it's all of a sudden a very good half. Especially when you consider they lost that pistol round.
They lost the pistol, and they lost that last round with the bomb. I mean, that's...
And I think they've lost, what, 2 rounds to CZs.
Yeah, it's actually kind of outrageous. I mean, if you look at it that way, you
were just like, how are they even in this game?
Yeah. What a situation. This is a round where you just try and get the bomb down as best you can. They don't have any utility to do so. They're just going to try and see if they can flood out on the upper part of the site. And that's just, that feels good, doesn't it? You just got long range against people with Glocks and no armor.
Keo was on a big flank as well. He was already at that staircase wrapping around. So Envy actually had 3-4 players rotated over at Bios. There was that was pretty much the only outcome that could have happened. Another buy here for FaZe, the AWP in Guardian's hands again.
See if he's going to be allowed to open up one of these sites and get something working for his team. That's a nice jump down the ladder. Nico find the kill on Scream, and you can see Rain is ready in case anyone wants to push.
Yeah, not going to get fooled by that one again, is he? Although last time it was the boost that took him. And now with that 1 pick, look how it causes a shift in the defense. Guardian's able to take Ivy, and he's able to cover them as his teammates walk around. Rain's, that's a great pump flash, but actually just fires the shot. Completely blind, and he takes it down. Now Kerrigan's going to get a free kill of his own, and this Envy defense has just been whittled away. Happy and RPK. Time to think about saving. You don't have great money built up. RPK has a bunch, but that's about it. So just try and keep these guns in your hands. I doubt FaZe chases too much.
Yeah, the next one is the 15th, so... Yeah, you don't want to be throwing away these rifles of your FaZe right now. You actually can't really afford to rebuy them, so...
You want to talk about the importance of getting that pick for Nico coming down ladder. In previous rounds where they've sent Guardian over towards Ivy, Envy has been able to just have a stream of Molotovs, a stream of smokes that block that choke point off for like the first, minute of the round or so. All of a sudden, once Scream goes down, they have to kind of shift over, and they focus on the main choke point, they focus on ladder room, and that allows FaZe to be way, way more aggressive. That kind of march up, that 3-man walk up Ivy, happened so quick that no one even was considering it a possibility at that time in the round.
It's very hard to recover from losing one of those A-side players when you only have, like, 3 people there.
Yeah.
Because it's just a lot of angles for the rest of the team to cover. Which you could tell. I mean, Kerrigan sneaking out Ivy, shooting, I think, Haji in the back. I mean, what could he do? Like, there's almost nowhere that you can stand once you lose control of Pop Dog and everything else after that. 15th round is coming up now, last of the first half, and the scoreline is 8-6 favoring Envy. But I think FaZe are starting to feel just a bit more comfortable. They've had some upsetting round losses in this first half, and yet they still managed to stick in it.
Nico is being rather bold there, just walking out of the choke point and peering down those lanes with an AK. That's a nice nade. Keo Just sidesteps it so it doesn't peg him in the forehead. Nico's been forced away from the aggression he wanted. Where does FaZe readjust to? One player out towards Ivy, who's just going to hold. That's going to be Exist. He's just waiting for the right moment to move. The rest of FaZe going to go towards inside, so they really want Exist to be a powerful lurk. And the question becomes, we've seen Envy take the aggression on this defensive side and find flanks, find the information. Are they going to do it here as well?
Nice pick from RPK, but he can't get back around the corner, and that's a real shame. He had a Molotov that he could have used to buy a lot of time, but now that's going to be down on the ground instead. Not really any use to them. Carrigan trying to see if he can make his way down. A little bit of fall damage, but nothing too serious. 40 seconds, and Scream is making his way up the ladder behind. Exist is having his own fight with Haji in the other bomb side, and whoever wins this could actually probably win the round. That's a really big difference, and Exist doing a lot of damage. That's going to be so annoying. Now they have to wait. They have to solve that problem, and Carrigan going to take a kill. Scream goes down to Exist. That's very, very good indeed. The Swedish player coming up with a big frag there, and Haji eventually is going to be able to find him in return. So now it's a 2-on-2, and the bomb is already ticked quite far. They have a smoke on Happy. That's maybe the only chance.
They got 2 Molotovs on the FaZe side of things, but yeah, that smoke must go in, and you can see Happy's just leading the way. No chance for him here. He's going to get taken down by Rain. There's the Molotov as well. It's all sealed up. Great round from Exist, occupying 2 players for Envy for so very long, eventually finding the kill onto Scream. That was huge. 7 rounds at halftime for FaZe. We're going to check in with Stunner right now.
Thank you, Jason. Yes, 7 rounds for FaZe there. As we go into the second half, you can see that the spirits are high here for these guys. They absolutely have not let this slower start get to them. Of course, Guardian coming out with the big green gun itself. Now, if you're a FaZe Clan fan, don't quite pull out the Bible thumbs just yet. Perhaps be patient. Wait for it. And with that, Jason, back to you.
Thank you, Stunner. Be patient, yeah.
Yeah, I hope the FaZe fans aren't just waiting for with those in line. They've already typed them in the chat, and they're just ready to click enter.
Yeah.
I hope they have a little bit more faith in that. Something surprising, I guess, out of the first half is the fact that Haji ends up top of the scoreboard with 17 kills, quite far ahead of everybody else.
He had a great half, didn't
yeah,
he? Really. He was a huge presence out that main yard. I just am going to focus on it's actually mental to me that FaZe is able to get 7 rounds. Mentioned it a couple times. Losing the pistol, winning the third, and then losing right after that, getting reset. They lost 2 rounds to just basically blow by pistols, CZs, Deagles, and they're still able to get 7 on the board. So that's an incredible half, and great recovery for FaZe. Great mental fortitude to fight through all those obstacles. Now on the CT side, theoretically it should get easier.
See, winning the pistol would be a big step in that direction. Assist. Just spotting them out, not ready to commit to the fight. Just going to fall back instead. And maybe a little bit of action down at Ivy. Carrigan is going to have a bit of a setup here with with Nico on the other side. So this is a dangerous fight to take for Envy with the Glock at long range, but they're going to come out on top anyway. That's a really important kill, and it looks like they're going to go for the double drop down towards Rain, and he turns around. Oh my god, he's in trouble. Out in the open. Surely they're going to hunt him down. He's by the E-box, but look at all the angles. Rain fighting his way out, getting the double kill, and back around the corner for the reload. I have no idea how this man is still alive, looking for a third if he can. And there's the flick coming in. Oh my god, this is godlike. You're watching someone at the very top of the game right now, turning the whole pistol round in his favor, in spite of the fact that he was almost certainly dead.
I don't know how he's alive, much less found 3 kills. What a round from Rain. He might be able to add 4 onto it. He's got Exist up above as well, fighting, and now Rain still being pressured. He has not been able to be comfortable in this whole round. 2 bullets left. And there he goes. Finally, Haji ends the heroics, and now Exist is low HP as well, so Envy has a chance now. Guardian, another 1-on-2, another clutch round for him, and he's got the flank, and he can use the time as well.
Where they plant the bomb, and they do behind cover. That's so important. Guardian, he can't stop the plant from going down. He just barely sees it at the end. Did he spot this? I'm not sure if he saw the second player, but somehow Haji's brought them back into the round in spite of everything that Rain just did. Guardian now hoping to just isolate a player. He's going to have to be quick about it, because otherwise he's simply going to run out of time here. And Haji, that's so quick. My god, he's good. Quad kill for him. 21 kills in 16 rounds, Moses.
We just mentioned French team seemed to resist it to go dig up some of the younger players, and they might have just found one. He is having one hell of a game. Welcome to the big stage. Perhaps that's a bit early. Maybe welcome. He'll get welcomed to the open French arms this weekend, but that's a brilliant pistol round to recover from Rain going on a tear in that fashion. Especially because it gets so hectic, it gets so wild in those kind of scenarios when you miss that opportunity to pick him off falling back from ladder.
Yeah, if he hesitates 1 second, if he sort of, is in the wrong position behind the E-box, so he's exposed from somewhere else, that's it. He's just going to go down immediately. A little bit of pressure, forcing out the smoke immediately, which was also the only one they had. That round win for Envy, though, that's big news.
It's both pistols, Anders.
Yeah, we know what that means.
Yeah. Well,
there's 5 deals in play on the FaZe side, and
yeah.
to be honest, they do have a lot of players that are quite good at landing those shots.
Tough part is Envy's been running around the map in kind of a pack mentality until just now where they spread out, but there's no real chance for FaZe to get some kind of isolated duel with the Deagles to be able to tag someone down, maybe get a lucky headshot. Envy haven't really overextended yet. At some point, though, they're going to have to hit into this. They still have 4 smokes, only 1 flashbang. These Deagles could do some work. Rain's ready for it. Kerrigan, I think he spotted one there. Now Rain's into the bomb sites. They're going to have a chance. Try and keep that range. You want to get some kills early to force all the rest of the team moving forward. And they're starting to get these tags. Haven't finished anything off, but there's 2. Scream with a great response. Still pressuring the bomb site, but exists. Working his way around, is able to take out 1 more.
Well, the Deagles are doing a lot of work right now. It's down and 2-on-2, and there's another kill coming through. Nico hitting a headshot. He's just got 1 more FaZe to find, and Happy putting the bomb down. Nico getting a little bit closer to the site. Not quite able to spot him out. That would have been great information to get. So now it becomes a bit of a patience game, and here's going to be the peak coming in. Happy finding it with the MAC-10. You can see Haji's super excited. The French team celebrating. Don't want to do that too soon, but they are up 10-7, and that was a very close round.
It was. I mean, you can just see the danger in those Deagles, even with a full-blood execute coming in, bring it into a one-on-one. FaZe almost able to turn it, but the real test is going to be that first gun round. Double nade for Guardian Rain towards team mid. Not going to do any damage. No one is there for Envy. Ivy is where this attack is going to come from. Kiyoshima, Haji, and Scream going to be the 3 working there. The ladder room is firmly in the control of the T side as well, so they can pinch this bomb train outside. And actually, it's going to get easier because all the FaZe has rotated away.
Moses, if you and I were doing a drop down the ladder room,
yeah,
I'd want to be the top guy.
Hell no. Hell no, Mr. 24-layer chocolate cake.
We might want to bring a wheelchair for
Double
you afterwards.
cheeseburgers. I'm not dealing with all the tuna pizzas falling on top. It's no.
You are the worst teammate. You know that? I feel like it's important to sacrifice if you want to make that work.
Yeah. Why is the sacrifice always my responsibility? I don't see you sacrificing
those
anything.
are some of the questions that we're not going to find the answer to, Moses. There's no point in really trying to figure it out. Scream getting some more kills in this round, and ultimately there's not going to be much happening for FaZe, which is pretty much expected. They shouldn't be at the point where this is sort of a panic moment for them, should it? Like this is a pretty normal game, all things considered. 11-7. And the big test is now, and if they don't get past here, they have maybe 1 more try, and that's it. So they have like two good rifle rounds here before the pressure's really on.
Yeah, if they lose this one, it might be. That's when I think if you're FaZe, no matter what happens, some panic starts to set in. Just because this is going to be a huge round for them. The investment into the Deagles kind of hurts what they can purchase in terms of utility. They do at least have a kit. Some nades raining in, but not doing the damage. Guardian holding the angle, now blocked off by a smoke. It's a decent amount of pressure put on. This is so many nades used by the FaZe side. I think Envy have done a great job of pulling all of them out very early. A minute and a half, they have a Molotov and a flashbang left. And Envy just lining up for a straight hit towards the inner sight. Passive from Guardian exists, but Guardian is here, and he's been great.
Let's see what he can do. Obviously. Oh my god! Didn't even get a chance. RPK with a beautiful opening. And taking assist with him, and when you get that, I mean, that's it.
Round's over.
Yeah.
And you have to say as well, as Happy takes down Nico with the MAC-10, now you're going to get some frustration and, as I said, panic. But that looked a little bit like you have the new player Exist coming in, and yeah, they've had some weeks with him, they've had some time with him to prepare, but sometimes you can't ever simulate the tournament format that they haven't been to with him quite yet, and I think that's miscommunication between Guardian and Exist. Both of them kind of rotating to that very same spot at the back of that inner train yard, getting grouped up and getting wrecked.
Yeah, that's very rough. I mean, he had the scope, he was sort of feeling it, and then...
He actually like unscoped and moved. That's what makes me think Exist was saying, I want to be here or something like that. So he was going to adjust, and then right when RPK peaks, you don't get a chance to breathe. That was fast.
How do you deal with that internally in the team? If you ask someone to do something and that gets them killed, do you say, my bad?
Yeah, pretty much. That's all you can do right now, right? The other thing is get into a fight, which is no fun when you're playing for your tournament life. We've all been there, haven't we?
It's happened, hasn't it? Happy, trying the Guardian trick.
Well, I guess here, if you're FaZe, you're relying on Kerrigan, you're relying on Rain, and you at least like the fact, this posture from Rain. Aggressive, denying map control, looking for a fight. Same for the other case. Kerrigan and Nico are kind of grouped up as well towards Ivy. So each of the M4s has a pistol buddy next to him to be able to recover the weapon or keep some space, bail him out of a tough spot, and nothing comes from it so far. Rain's still aggressive on top of that train.
Exist the only one holding the speed bomb site. So a little bit of pressure might be too much for him. Bomb still on that stairwell going into the white hole, so they're gonna pretend to put a little bit of pressure on A main, and it didn't really seem like anyone bought that. It actually seems like FaZe have got a really good read of the situation and now rotating another 2 men into the B bomb side with Guardian close by on the Pop Dog ladder. He could get in for a big flank. If they can just get the first kill here for FaZe, maybe it could work out. Kerrigan's got one. There's Exist with a second. Still even trading going on, but nice shot from Nico to help out. Kiyoshima gets one. It is a 2-on-1 now. There's Guardian coming in with a flank. A couple of seconds too late, but there is an AWP, and he's picked it up, and of all the weapons you don't want to give him, this might be the big one. Trying through the smoke, not hitting the shot. Gonna miss the one as well, and that's Kiyoshima taking him down. Very close. If he could have stopped the bomb from going down, maybe he could have hidden inside the smoke. It would have been a chance.
Always a chance, even when he just walks over that AWP, but here we go. You mentioned maybe only 2 chances to have rifles down the stretch for FaZe. Guardian and Nico, the double-up setup comes out. Last-ditch effort at 7-13. It's been 5 in a row for Envy. Haji with 25 kills. Of all the names in the server, that might have been the last person you expected to see at 25. Here we go. Nico halfway down Ivy, dodging the nades. Has to take a little bit of damage, but not shying away. They're going to run boost, and this might put him in an awkward situation. He's been spotted out. Look how aggressively he's taking the angle. Team flashed as well, but now he's got to retreat. Smoke going to be able to cover him, and I don't think Envy's going to be too aggressive in trying to stop this. The angle is accurate for the moment.
Happy going to be able to find Rain. It's over at Pop Dog. That means they can't really keep 2 people on Ivy anymore to sort of hold it on. They have to move somebody around.
Can't keep 2 people in inner anymore either.
No, you're right. This is for FaZe. Their first rifle round, they didn't even get a chance. RPK took it away from them, and now, if they can't win this one, yeah, that's definitely where the frustration starts to set in.
Oh, look at Happy. He's going to lurk aggressively. This is great. Walking out upper. Oh! Guardian not going to get fooled by that one. Beautiful shot. Very quick, and now Kerrigan almost has the angle. Misses by about a half second. Nico's going to find one around the edge of that smoke. Now he's peering out towards the main yard, covering his teammate, but RPK is hitting some stunners. Finally, he's taken down, but the bomb site is lost. 1-on-1, and Exist is here. Kiyoshima, 13 health.
Just 1 bullet here for Exist is going to bring FaZe a little bit up again. Kiyoshima going for the bomb plant on the other side. Exist should have every chance of this. Kiyo looking the wrong way. Has no idea where the Swedish player is. So this is easy and a good job for Exist. Playing it cool, waiting for the bomb plant. And that will be FaZe at 8 rounds, even saving the AWP. So good job overall. Yeah, he's been putting in the work, Exist.
It's tough, though, to look at this now because you have, I mean, FaZe not even close to being out of it. So much money is built up on Envy. And if you talk about this in the context of the economy, Haji, 10,000. I think Happy was over 10,000 as well before he bought. FaZe losing 4 players, not a clean victory at all. They lose a lot of things, and they have a UMP on Rain. They have a FAMAS on Kerrigan, missing some utility. Thankfully, they can go back to the double up, but it's at the sacrifice of armor. And from what we've seen from FaZe, they haven't done a great job of holding the nerve of their utility. They've been using a lot of smokes and Molotovs and flashbangs very early in the first 30 seconds of these rounds. Feeling the pressure of this Envy offense. Here's a response, though. Nico gonna make gains outside. He's getting all the information.
That's very bold. The longer he gets to stay here and doesn't spot anybody is a big sign that they're gonna end up in the B-bomb site.
It doesn't matter, though, if they don't cheat a third player over, and because he's kind of stopped with that AWP, they can't do it. So it's only going to be the 2-man defense. Guardian doubles up, damage onto the second player. That's Happy, who's forced passive. Guardian spots out that little peek, and he goes to finish it off. This is a good hold. This is what FaZe need, a clean victory. Haji's pressuring and almost finds one through the smoke.
Really good job once again. Ready in case anyone was going to try and come through. I'm not sure if it isn't too late anyway. Nico with a good grenade and Scream now, all on his own. 1 versus 3. We often talk about his one-taps, Moses, but this would be something of a quite different order indeed. And he's just going to get run down. Rain with a smart jump with the UMP on top of that train. That will be another round for FaZe. So it's getting kind of late here in this first map, but if they can start to string together rounds, Envy are not out of the woods yet.
It's good they had 3 players survive. Guardian obviously does a huge job right at the start, and he doubles up on Happy, which you can see. It makes Happy so passive. He can't create that second angle to help them get into the bomb site. A lot of losses for Envy on the entrance, and the money is now dwindled away. It's about to get easier for FaZe if they can just win one more round. You can see Keo and RPK pretty much brought to the brink. 5 AKs. This double up setup still on board for FaZe. Last round it was Nico, who didn't really get the kills, but got the information. And Guardian's going to go back to Ivy aggression. And he's going to be, excuse me, that's Nico is still way more aggressive. Finds the pick on Akio. Can he get away? I don't think Haji's going to want to chase that down.
Don't you just love it when Nico gets into superhero mode, when he knows that he has to save the team and he just does anything that you can do to try and do it? There's something just quite spectacular about watching him do it. There's so many games where he ends up like this. He will get caught by Haji, though, who actually just snuck in. My God, making no noise. Gets a headshot on Kerrigan through the smoke. What a knockout blow. Rain gets one, and Guardian with one in return. So a great hold for the rest of FaZe here. And Guardian just pacing himself, not letting go of that bullet, but that could have ended the round right then and there. The
initiative of Haji, he was hiding behind that smoke halfway down Ivy for pretty much that whole time. Just waiting for it to clear. I thought he might go through it, but he was patient with it, and now it's Happy's turn to make a play. They've pulled apart this defense into an awkward scenario where they can't actually cover everything. You can see Exist doesn't want to overextend because he knows Happy can be so many different places. It's not worth risking your life to clear out that inner bomb site. Happy is going to win that battle anyways. He's opened up B. Now you're going to start to see the players on FaZe move over. That opens the door for Scream. Question for Happy is how does he link up with his teammate? It's going to be through CT spawn. And if they speed this up, if they get in here quick, if they hit the right window of opportunity, they're going to have a lot of time in the post plant to get in good positions.
Yep. Rain now down with the B bomb site, so he's confirmed this is not where they are. Bomb will go down in the last 6 seconds. What a big turnaround if they can't win this round, FaZe. I mean, they had it set up. They had the opening frags. They just needed a bit more. Happy now sneaking back in. This is actually a very smart play. He's gone for what's like almost a triple fake. Back through the C connector. Bomb has been spotted, and Scream, if he stays alive here against Guardian, the grenade is out. Guardian missing a shot, and Scream can't see anything. Guardian can't either. He's going to find it, but Happy's there with a return. And this Molotov, no kit on Guardian. If he can't pick one up, that's probably going to be the end of it. He knows now. He has to back off. There's just not enough time for it. Might be able to get the kill, but not even that. He's going to run away. What a huge turnaround. Haji coming in with 2 opening frags, and then the rest of Envy winning the 2 versus 3. That's very well done.
That is such a beautifully put together round from Envy to recover in a 2-on-3, all created by that guy right there. Haji, these opening kills, Nico doesn't expect that whatsoever. He kind of lost track of the smoke timing, and I don't know what possessed him to fire through the smoke, but you know, bless his heart.
Yeah. Just that feeling in your gut, right, Moses?
There is nothing that can really explain it, but you do have those games when things like that just work for you, and you don't really know as a player.
You just know.
You just play by instinct.
Yeah, and when it works, it obviously feels great.
Regardless, the two players, I mean, that level of communication, remember, that's something that we always kind of criticized French teams for, and Envy, you know, in the stretches, is in these mid-rounds, they just seem to don't really have a plan, right? This one just seemed like they were so confident in everything they were doing.
Yeah, very good movement from Happy in that situation as well.
That's
just
great.
All the time in the right position. Very smart indeed.
That's the god tier Happy that we haven't seen in quite some time. Look at this play from Exist.
Inside the smoke, sneaking through. Already one person's passed us. RPK on the other side, so Exist is going to really be shocking Happy here. And Happy is probably going to be calling out like, what went on down in that smoke?
RPK's confused as well. Now he's getting flanked from ladder, so he's going to have a tough time as well. He's ready for it. He wins the initial, but Nico's there for the trade. Well done from FaZe, fighting for their tournament life, but these trades are doing so good for Envy down the stretch. And Haji, again, same play as last time. Worked once, why not go back for it?
Carrigan was holding down there. Missed shot from Guardian. Can't really do that again. Otherwise, he might end up going down, and he's actually going to try and back out as Carrigan takes down Scream. That's a huge kill to find in the late stages of this round. Does a fair bit of damage to Kiyoshima as well. And Haji's now finally getting into position. He's going to catch the perfect timing as Nico. That's a free kill. Could he get the next one, too? He's being flanked from CT spawn, and Guardian won't miss the shot this time. Kiyoshima, very tough to win around like this. 1 versus 2. It's the fact that he doesn't have much health left. He's going to try and fake the bomb just to try and see if someone's going to peek him. And when that doesn't happen, the situation somehow got even worse.
Yeah, Carrigan just backs away, which makes this play unlikely. He's ready for this push from Kyo. He's going to be able to win it with the CZ. Nicely done from FaZe. 10-14 as they're somehow keeping themselves just barely into this game.
Yeah. And Haji's dropped 30 now. So,
yeah, he's quite the gamer, isn't he?
Quite the little gamer. Yeah, what a guy. I'm just... It's always so good when you see these. I mean, I've seen Haji play really well before, but this is quite a different sort of size, you know, in terms of what's online, the kind of what's on the line, what kind of team they're facing, and then just the effort that he's putting into it. Incredible work so far. Nico get a little bit of a spray in there. Does get 2 kills before he goes down, and this should be a fairly easy finish to the round. Happy actually will steal 1 kill away. That's a little bit annoying, but nothing else. FaZe surviving with 3 members, starting to build an economy, and Envy still can't really buy. Just don't have the money.
Yeah, and I mean, why not just kind of spend another round sitting back and let it... I mean, you obviously don't want to give away free rounds at this stretch of the game, but you've still got plenty to play with, so don't do anything crazy with the money. I think the really scary thing if you're Envy is this is going to allow FaZe to build up some cash if they can't find kills. That's kind of the line you ride, right? Is you want to invest enough to get 2 to 3 kills, but you don't want to spend too much that it really hurts your next rifle purchase. But if FaZe at this stage in the game at 14-11 are able to build up, you know, a buffer of a round or 2, it makes it so much more difficult to close things out. They want to keep them... Remember, if you reset an economy at 14, you've got an easy 15th round, or a much easier.
Yeah. That is absolutely true. 1 flashbang, maybe they could get a bomb down here, and that would help them out. Assist could also just get run down. He's actually nowhere to hide. He's going to get 1 kill, but that's a nice trade. Unfortunately, they can't really pick up that AWP of Guardians. It's really far away. Rain has to stay alive here and just wait for the backup to come in. Solid kill for Nico, making it very likely that they'll still win this round, even with the bomb down. There is a nice lurk coming in, a flank from Happy, but it's just a little bit too late, unfortunately. So, gets spotted, gets found, and that will be the round for FaZe. Still, good job on Envy's side. You know, I would love to see Moses in this round for Envy when they can buy.
What's that?
I would love like one of those A rushes where you get one guy running down, who just, like, if Olofmeister was on the team, he'd be the guy doing it. Just, you know, run
down
into
that first like lane along the wall towards hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You just run down there, you get in quicker than they were expecting, and then, you know, you just beat that timing.
I think if I'm Envy, if I'm calling for Envy, I'm saying let's go back towards inner. Like maybe even let Haji like lurk out towards Ivy where he's had impact. But you think about the times they've gone inner and they've been able to pick off Guardian and Exist. I have lost a couple there as well, but they've at least been able to get plants the majority of the time, so you put yourself into a post-plant scenario, but not going to happen this round. Just a default, take control of those box halls, make sure there's no aggression, and Exist has been pretty passive there throughout this half. Haji waiting for this push, and Rain's going to catch him off guard. Haji, a stellar game, but let some focus slip in that moment, it seems.
Yeah, one of those situations where, like, you might just be looking at the radar, you might be listening to somebody make some calls, and
looking at the clock.
Looking at the clock, anything like that. And that's it. Karrigan was pushed down towards the bottom of Ivy, but as soon as they get that kill, he's just going to fall back, and now it's RPK. Can he get the opening? Gets one, but not quick enough to find the second, and Nico has taken down two as well. So very good, solid beginning here for FaZe. Happy will take down Karrigan. And there is a lot coming in, and that's Rain pretty much closing out the round with that kill on the bomb carrier. Actually shooting the legs before he walks in, that's very cheeky.
Yeah, he's pre-firing, and actually you can see when Happy gets tagged in the ankle, his peak slows down, and he's caught out in the open. Nice little...
that's next level, isn't it?
Yeah, nice little trick from Rain.
14-13, FaZe Clan winning 4 rounds in a row. Only one of them where the bomb actually went down, so... less money for Envy overall, and obviously the pressure is really starting to mount here.
This has been a great turnaround. Nico's starting to climb up the scoreboard as well. 24 kills on Rain, 20 on Nico, 19 on Guardian. Obviously, Haji's going to be the big name player with 30, but he's been stuck there, I feel. Was it 2 rounds that you called out that he was on 30? 2 or 3 rounds that he's been stuck there. So struggling a little bit here down the stretch as the pressure mounts, but certainly had a phenomenal game so far. Envy still stuck on 14, and again, they're going to have to go back to the pistols. FaZe can tie this up. They've struggled with these rounds at various times throughout this opening map. Dropping it here would just be... that would be so tough to handle if you're FaZe, from a mentality perspective.
Yeah, I think they must be feeling right now like they're back in charge. They can close this one out, grind out the last couple of rounds. Especially if you think about the economy, which is obviously what a lot of this is about.
They've gone away from that double up, which we saw early in this half was really what they wanted to do, Nico and Guardian, and it seems like they've once Nico got that kill towards Ivy and they lost that 2-on-3, he hasn't gone back to it, whether it's because money or maybe just not feeling as confident with it at the moment. May never know, but either way, they're having success with just the one sniper. Now they're holding on to the utility for much longer as well. Look at the Molotovs and the smokes they still have. Karrigan going to get caught with a nade, but thank God that flashbang goes out when it did.
Rain, excellent teammate, comes in to help out just to make sure that this doesn't get out of control. And now they should be able to lock it down. These pistols long range. Somehow they're missing the shots, and RPK getting 2 in return. That's way too much. FaZe being a little bit too bold, just fighting out in the open instead of actually waiting for them to get a little bit closer and maybe try and get the bomb down. Exist going to be able to deny Scream any chance, and Haji gets a headshot. He's so good with the CZ75. Now, a 2-on-2. Haji going down, make it a 1-on-2, but Happy? Oh, he looked the other way. Thought maybe he could have got the kill there, and the C-Connector might be getting it on Karrigan instead. He really, really would like to find both the players, but it's not going to be possible. And there's only 4 seconds, so this round is going to be done regardless. Ooh. Guardian falling back. Bit of a shame for Envy, but they did a lot of damage.
Yeah, anything's going to count down the stretch. They obviously would have liked to have been able to turn that, but just not possible in this scenario. So FaZe, sigh of relief in that round, and here comes another buy. Not a huge deal as well that Happy doesn't get bonus money for losing. I think you can tell Nico's not the most comfortable with his game right now. So yeah. We've seen some sprays, there's some uncharacteristic misses. One towards ladder room, towards team aim that caught my eye. That one there as well. Those are normally the highlight clips that we see Nico just tapping away, getting instant headshots. Oh, just as I say his name, like Beetlejuice, headshot through the wall.
If you're Scream, and Scream's been having a very rough game so far on Train, going down like that in the 29th round, where you really wanted to have him, if you were going to have one good round, now would be it, to just close out this game, and you never get a chance. You just get completely deleted before you even step into the match. That is really rough.
It's like he didn't even make a mistake. He's just like, come on.
Double drop, not going to net them anything this time, and the double orb is back on FaZe's side, so...
Guardian's got one at lower ramp as well. He's spotting for this cross, and Happy, that is a huge mistake from Happy. Walks right into it and then almost takes a step back, realizing his mistake, but just staying in the open for a little bit longer. All these kills going the way of FaZe. Envy have been getting picked off one by one in this round, and this is the wrong time to have it all fall apart. RPK gonna get picked off, no one going down for FaZe.
I'm not gonna lie, Moses, that wasn't a Happy peeking the angle, that was Happy posing in the angle.
Yeah, he was just like
some sort of fashion show, you know, you can't just do that. Like, look at me, check this out.
Yeah.
It's just...
Why did he do it like that? I've never seen anyone peek the angle like that.
I can't explain it, but I think Malik is telling him
don't do it again.
The same thing, you know. So this, you are a beautiful man, and later we'll take some more pictures of you and everything else.
Listen, be a beautiful man on the stage. Don't just walk into the open.
Don't just do that. Well, I mean, this has been a roller coaster. FaZe are about to bring this whole game back and win it. They've just won 6 rounds in a row, locking down this CT side defense, and right now Envy is suddenly fighting to get into overtime.
They're on an 8-1 run at the moment.
My God.
Yeah, they have just turned. They flipped the switch, which we mentioned is you can't do that if you're FaZe, right? You can't rely on that to be able to come back in these games. You have to get good starts, but they keep somehow making it work to varying degrees, and they'd love to close it out here before overtime comes. Exist is here, so is Guardian, and Envy has made it simple, not spreading across the map. This is going to be a straight hit towards the inner bomb site.
It's worked in the past. They've had some great entries. RPK's been one of the engines behind getting into those sites. FaZe, look at the read though. Rain and Nico are right nearby. They're going to be in this B-bomb site so quick. And if Guardian gets the opening kill, then I don't know if this might just be the round. Puts out a grenade. Got to be a little bit careful here. Exists down, and he's going to be shot in the face right away. Happy's going to be dropped next, and Guardian gets one more kill. Rain with the double as well, and Scream now, the only one left on top of the ramp. The bomb is down there. Somehow FaZe have managed to do it, bringing it back, winning 7 rounds in a row. And all Scream can do now is try with the deagle. He's going to get one headshot, but there's way too much left. This is simply a question of the fact that all FaZe have to do is wait until he gets close to putting the bomb down. If they do that, then he can't win the round.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything, because you don't even take fights. Let him into the bomb site. Let him get the plant. He's got to do it at some point. Just hide, and either has to way overextend himself. 20 seconds, and he's really, I mean, it's a pretty much impossible situation, but he's not doing himself any favors, giving himself any chances, and Nico's going to close it out. What a game from FaZe. What a comeback down at the end. That is a large effort from Haji gone to waste. 32 kills, 19 deaths for him. It's Rain who is challenging from the FaZe side with 27 frags, but that comeback is so impressive.
It really is. A fantastic game coming out of FaZe towards the end of it. Obviously shocking and upsetting for Envy, putting that much work into it, and it would have been the same way the other way around, I suppose, if FaZe had lost it. But yeah, Envy really looking solid in the beginning, I think, and Hachi, as you said, 12 kills ahead of everybody else in his team.
Envy was so solid for the majority of that game, and just towards the end, it seemed like it all came apart, right? Yeah. There wasn't as much, some of those rounds, they lost the cohesion, the team cohesion that they kind of had. They lost those effectiveness of their 2-3-man units to find some opening kills.
Yeah.
And just allowed FaZe to have way too much money and way too many buys and way too many nades.
What a shame. Ultimately, they're going to have a second chance, of course, on map number 2. That's going to be coming up right after the break. Stay with us, and we'll be right back.
The Digital Pass, your exclusive